All right, so welcome to NextGen Podcast, Episode 4. Me and Allison hanging out with our campus lead pastors, Pastor Greg and Pastor Nicole.
What's up?
Hey. Also known as my father. I was trying to say father and parents together. My parents and his parents-in-law.
Parents-in-law.
That's
a word.
That's a new thing. So
Coining it. Look, we coin a lot of things on this podcast, so this is another
I'm going to challenge you right now. Tag your parents-in-law in the comments right now.
Yeah.
Tag
parents-in-law. You got to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, the
So-
hashtag parent-in-law.
Before we get started, I just wanted to go ahead and pick on myself so y'all don't do it. I'm not eating green beans.
You should eat green beans.
Not doing the
will
green
see
beans.
should
his
eat green
plate.
beans.
Not
They're
doing
free
green
of
beans.
greens.
No, we're just gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner tonight and just hang out. But you know, while we're eating and hanging out with each other, let's just share, like, real quick, great debate. Like, do we decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Dad, what do we do?
We have
That is
already
a no.
decorated.
That is a no, because Thanksgiving is traditional and it has to have its place, or Christmas means nothing.
Okay, listen to this. I saw this today, though. It said, your turkey tastes the same if the tree is up or if it isn't.
No, it doesn't. It does not.
And I said, boom.
It does
You need to
not.
send that to my dad.
It does not.
Well, I'm just
Does
saying.
not. It's a heresy, and that's biblical. That you have to have Thanksgiving before you do Christmas stuff.
Oh, is that in like Second Thanksgiving
yeah,
chapter 4?
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Is that how it
Exactly.
is?
But I will say, he went and did man things the other day. Came home and magically Christmas appeared.
Yeah,
Oh.
So
Ta-da.
yeah. It was kind of
know?
it was kind of
You had no
rebellious.
say in the matter. Huh?
It was kind of rebellious.
No say in the matter.
but there was a method to the madness.
Yeah, y'all will be gone.
We'll be
so-
gone, and then I'll have to do it when I come back because it's
So
already
just
done.
don't look at it now. That
Look
way
at
when
it.
you come
Yeah,
back.
keep your eyes closed while you're in the house till we leave.
That's right.
Don't look at anything.
Yeah, just
My house has been corrupted by the peer pressure on social media.
Also, the peer pressure of your daughter, I will say, did have a hand in that.
Yeah, she
Well,
kind of
I
did.
know,
She tested
but-
it secretly.
But
Look,
we have to be stronger than that.
I seen this.
We have to
this
lead by
picture-
example.
This picture of a calendar, and it was like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was still Christmas, and then you had 2 days for Thanksgiving,
I've seen
and then
that.
you're back to Christmas.
No,
that's not that's not an option.
No.
Oh, come
No.
on now.
I
It
will
is.
say, under
It's
the
not an
normal,
option.
Under the normal, we don't decorate until
Because
the
here's
Saturday
what's
or
gonna
Sunday
happen.
after Thanksgiving.
It's
Today
just
was
like
this was
anything
just
else.
different.
Is you let something in and you start changing something, and then next thing you know, there's not even a Thanksgiving anymore.
It can just all be one holiday.
No, it cannot be. No,
Just celebrate from
Uh-huh.
both.
It's-
I mean,
a
cannot
holiday
be.
But
season.
here's
holiday
the food and
season.
there's
celebration.
no Thanksgiving
No.
music. There's no thanks. I mean, there's
Exactly.
you know. So,
Exactly.
But here,
Because
here-
Thanksgiving is peaceful.
but not
Here
everybody
is-
is
It's
a
not
is a humbug
commercialized.
with
You know,
Christmas.
you don't have to worry about bringing anything other than just like food
Right.
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you
see?
can't really come in preparation. You know, like Christmas, like you're buying gifts, you're decorating. Thanksgiving's like, oh, Thanksgiving Day parade,
Boom.
Thanksgiving food, done.
Done.
But here's
right.
the thing. In all my research, I did some research about Thanksgiving. And the song
Oh, wow.
Jingle
We
Bells
got facts coming.
was actually originally written as a Thanksgiving song. It was called One Horse
See?
Sleigh. But it became so popular around Christmas that they changed it to Jingle Bell, like the title to Jingle
What does
Bells.
sleigh have to do with Thanksgiving, though?
Because it's the
because
name
we're
of the
usually
slaying
winter.
the food.
Because it's usually winter.
Okay. Sleigh
It's slaying the
usually
food.
winter.
Just like we did this chicken when we
Yeah, we
just
demolished it.
slayed it.
Slade.
No.
Slayed.
Okay, so one more. If you had to go without one Thanksgiving food, what would you cut? Like, what's the one that you're cutting out? Hard choices, man.
That is hard.
hard choices.
I,
It's easy
I
for
would
me.
cut ham.
Cut ham, really?
What?
Dude.
Yeah.
I would cut turkey before I cut
I would
ham.
too.
Leave the
too.
pig
I would definitely
alone,
cut
man.
turkey
Like, we
before
gotta
ham.
eat that thing.
Dude, we need that ham. I
Unless
would
it's a fried
I'm not a
turkey.
big
Fried
ham
turkey I'll
fan.
go for, but other than that, give me the ham.
I'm not a big ham fan.
I would say any pies or cranberry sauce.
Oh
Cranberry
no,
sauce?
cranberry sauce is
Yeah,
good.
I don't like
It's
Cranberry
unnecessary.
sauce.
Okay, so
No,
here's my
it's
thing.
very necessary.
I actually entered this
Oh,
debate.
well,
Very
yeah. Well, that's
necessary.
why we have gravy, too.
Because it's like if you go somewhere and they've like overcooked the turkey, then you can
Dry.
just like you can compensate
Yeah.
with the cranberry sauce.
That's
or the
kinda
ham.
how I
The
am.
ham's always juicy, though.
But here's my thing:
True.
if you're having
Yeah, but-
stuffing, which is bread-ish, you can really do without the bread because you're still getting kind of bread.
I say bulk up on bread.
So
Bread everything.
Bread everything.
Bread turkey.
Bread everything?
Bread.
Bread
Oh
everything.
my gosh!
I think that's where the tryptophan comes
Alice
in.
is gonna hate this one, but I would do without green bean casserole.
That's my
Well, of
literal
course you would,
favorite
'cause you
part.
don't like green beans.
I know, but still, you know.
Wow.
You know, green things can be your friend.
A house divided.
Yeah, but they can be my friend over there. You know, they,
Because
they can help everyone
like,
else
we
around
didn't
me.
have
but-
like a traditional Christmas, Thanksgiving,
No.
because we had, like mom would like cook wood duck and in a cornbread, like a real cornbread dressing, and like we just
It was
did
the
some
bomb.
weird, not weird stuff, but different stuff.
Didn't she do
chili.
flounder one year?
Yeah, she did
Yeah, flounder. We did
I
chili
remember
one
that.
year.
One year,
I think we're
when
doing
I went,
gumbo this year.
She made a gumbo.
Really?
Yes, I
so
think we're
that's,
doing
that's,
gumbo.
that's number 2. Again.
Well, are you still making green bean casserole? We good.
gumbo and green bean casserole.
Speaking of
That's
green bean
fantastic.
casserole.
Awesome. Well, on a more serious note, let's just, 2023 is coming to an end. Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays. What is one thing that you're thankful for? Maybe something God did this year in your life and someone else's life around you. Something that you're like really thankful for. Like when you think of 2023, what are you most thankful for?
Oh, wow. There's a lot, you could say.
I know for me personally, not necessarily like just one thing that God has done. I feel like this year He's kind of done a lot of things. But I'm just kind of thankful for the season of life that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Like as far as, I feel like, the next gen, like, the youth is kind of going to a new level in their personal and spiritual lives, but also a youth group as a whole. And then like just our personal life, I feel like the Lord's really just shown favor over prayers that we've prayed like years
Yeah.
years for, and He's finally fulfilling the promise that He gave. And then Henry's doing awesome. We have an amazing family, and so I'm just really thankful just for the season of life that God has us in now, in every aspect that we serve in.
Yeah.
Family, church, youth, just worship, just kind of everything.
Yeah, of course. God's doing a lot in the Next Gen ministry, especially, this year we're really seeing a lot of growth. We see Him do a whole lot of things, new steps, next level
Yeah.
stuff just happening. And, it's all God. We're just going with the flow. But, yeah, really thankful for
Yeah,
that.
and I don't think we mentioned it, but also in one of those next level things, the next gen, it's really cool too to see like the church leadership like pouring out over. So like all the new podcast equipment and stuff that you're listening to us on right now.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see church, the church leadership like be like, okay, like the youth is like just kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like not get the vision. They've always had the vision, but just kind of the backing, I guess.
Yeah.
Of the youth
Yeah, well,
is really cool.
I think that again, that's part of what I'm thankful for this year is some of the transitions, and I'm thankful for kind of every area of our lives right now. It's just like a good place to be. People ask me, like, how are you doing? And I literally, I just say I'm living the dream. I feel like I'm living the dream, not because I do ministry, but because of where every place that is touched in my life, whether it's our season of life being empty nesters and having a new little freedom, but also really a calm season too. We can go home, we can rest, or we can go decide to do things and just enjoying that part of our lives. But ministry is a big part of our lives. I mean, it's like what we've done. I mean, it's just it's integral in our lives. Yeah. And so this season or this year, 24 has been a season. I would say a year that I've seen probably more prayers answered that we've prayed a long time.
Yeah.
And seeing that answered
Like
now.
a backlog coming.
Yeah, it's just like God opened the door, and whether it's the development of our leadership team, or just people taking the next steps like crazy right now.
Yeah.
Connect Track every month, new Dream Team members, people just getting it. I think I'm grateful because I feel like people are even hearing the message is different.
Yeah.
It's like
that's true.
I've never seen people responding to messages like I am.
Yeah.
And then just see, the connection to community, but then also, what you're saying is always having a vision for the next gen for all these years. And, and then I'm grateful that now we know that we have the right people that can take it to the next level. So investment becomes easy because you're investing in those who can take it for the distance,
Yeah.
you know, and not only just for their distance, but they're developing for the next distance too. And they get, you know, and it's just like, you know, you guys, y'all get the mission without a lot of words, you know. It's just like, you know, it's almost like I wish we could fund more, you know, into it because of the things that are opening up, the doors are opening up, things like that. So, you know, for me, it's kind of, like you said, it's everything in my life right
Yeah.
now just seems to be at a new place. Very grateful for this season in our lives, and you know, I'm grateful that, you know, I get to be a part of Rose Pine campus. I get to oversee DeQuincy. I get to oversee World Missions. You know, I'm grateful for the opportunity to, you know, literally step into the world platform and try to, you know, be a motivator for that.
Yeah. So 2023 has really been like a prayer answering year for you. Like, you know, things things are just, you know, happening.
Yeah.
And it's all
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again,
and I think we've seen little
fulfillment, too.
glimpses of it for
Yeah.
the last 3 years. But this year was one of the years that, you know, I didn't really have a word for the year. I'm going, God, I don't hear a word, you know, for this year. And I remember it was in one of our all staff meetings, and Pastor Mark, you know, he used a word. I didn't really get it at the time, but it was the word establish. And, you know, I even forgot what the other word was, but there were two words, but establishment. And when he said it, it just went bing. And I really feel like that was a specific word for us, for our campus, for this area, because it's just like things that only established people or churches or get to see. You know, it's like we've been through all these years, we've been through all this stuff, you know, it's all been developmental for this moment where he goes, okay, I've established you. And it's like a whole new respect, a whole new, you know, it's like you're not just, you know, those people, you know, now you're the ones that
Right.
get called, stuff like, you
Yeah.
know, so and
Yeah.
I'm just saying gratefully that we're finally seeing that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
after all this time. So,
That's good.
Yeah.
So I'm just, it's kind of the same things that y'all are saying. You know, I'm just excited, thankful this year just to see the excitement in people.
Yeah.
You know,
true.
people
really
are
is a
excited.
lot of
yeah,
excitement
They're
that's
really
going
true.
on,
They're
yeah.
just, they don't care what's happening. They're just excited. You know, they're excited to do an outreach. They're excited to be at church. I mean, I've never seen
See
so
groups.
many people.
Yeah.
See groups. I've just never seen so many people. You know, like the women I can speak to specifically, just,
Yeah.
oh, I bought a new Bible today. I bought
Yeah.
this new Bible today. And they're sharing it on social media and they're sharing with each other what Bibles they bought so they can, you know, have all these new Bibles to bring to service, and they're bringing them and they're writing notes in them. And,
Yeah.
you know, just an excitement and a hunger for the Word of God that has just like bloomed this year. I think that's something I've been really thankful to see. And then to see that translate, you know, into the schools too, because I do, you know, work in the schools, and to see the kids, you know, bringing their Bibles to school and,
That's
you know,
huge.
sharing verses and asking to put a verse on the board, or, you know, whether it's a bunch of us teach. And so a lot of us are doing that and seeing that happen, asking the kids, asking us to pray over them. And,
Wow.
you know, even teachers, fellow teachers asking for prayer over situations in their life. And so,
Yeah, that's
you know,
awesome.
just an overall excitement and hunger for the Word and for prayer and stuff like that.
I think a lot of
It's
that
been
has
awesome.
to do with that word established, because, you know, people don't trust you unless you're established.
Right.
And I mean, it's just like, people will keep going back to McDonald's because McDonald's
Yeah.
has been
I mean, you
around,
see you see all
established.
these companies, they put established, you know,
Yeah.
1950,
Yeah.
established
Right.
here,
Yeah.
Right.
established. Like, we got a history of doing good.
Yeah.
Like, we've been
Right.
around. And so establishment,
Right.
like you said, it's
And
just,
I think it's just, you know, all of the work before was just preparatory for God to be able to put that stamp on it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think that it's Him moving people's hearts, you know, to see it, you know, to feel it. And so I think the going out of the way, you know, hey, if you're connected, and look, we're just one church in the kingdom, but you know, it's just like right now, like if you're connected with the church, like people trust you.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's been a lot of hard work, you know, maintaining, establishing integrity, but it's just like, you know, it's almost like a community response to it, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, and I know I'm gonna share with me. For me, I'm really thankful. A lot of things going on in personal lives, like answered prayers, like we're pregnant, we're expecting a little girl. Really, really thankful for that. Really grateful for that. God came through, but also. In the ministry with NextGen, really grateful for the team. They've really grown so much.
Yeah.
Really pulled up close. We stretched them this year.
Yeah.
Our team has been leading the C groups this year. They've been doing a really good job,
Amazing job.
taking responsibility, and just being there to be a team. Like this stuff doesn't happen because of me. It doesn't happen because of Allison or you guys. It happens because of teams.
Right.
And so really, really thankful right now just for the team. Because without them, the NextGen ministry wouldn't be what it is.
Right.
I agree. I agree. And I'll say this, just transparently, it was the missing link of having the right leaders that saw the vision of developing people, because you cannot do anything on your own, or you're going to become a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
So it's been very pivotal. To go, okay, they're not trying to do everything. They understand the mission of discipling people for the work of the ministry. That's what we see in Ephesians 4. And so, again, it's just these things just checked off,
Yeah.
So, building the teams and the NextGen teams just
They're
amazing.
killing it, bro.
They're
Yeah,
killing
they're
it.
doing
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm super proud of what's going on in NextGen, and I think it is the front line, from the nursery to
All the
to
way.
graduation. Just like that's the front line right now.
Yeah. Man, I feel like that turkey's got, or that Thanksgiving dinner's got like that little thing in your throat where you eat so much you can't clear your throat out. But if we can,
you got
I
it.
wanted to share some of my Thanksgiving research I did, because some of it's kind of interesting.
Look, hold up, time out. Before, we was on our way here, and she was like, look, I looked up some random facts about Thanksgiving, so I want y'all to know that she's not some type of genius. I don't mean that in a bad way, but she doesn't
that
just know
out.
this stuff, okay? She came prepared. All right, so bestow some wisdom on us.
Well, since he just read my secret out, I'm just kidding. Okay, so few fun things. I figured I would get y'all's thoughts on it or not. That's okay too. But historians, okay, so the first Thanksgiving was like 1620 something, okay? And they have no record of turkey ever being eaten on Thanksgiving. Like the first Thanksgiving meal, not a turkey in sight.
Wait a minute.
No, it's
You mean
probably-
to tell me that you're going to blow everybody's mind and say the Pilgrims didn't eat a turkey?
That's what the
But
historians
here's the
are
thing.
saying.
Let me say this: like in the culture we're living in this degrading culture we're living in, they don't even care about Thanksgiving anymore.
Oh
So
my
what do they
God.
care about
Here
the
we go
history?
again.
Like, Thanksgiving's not even.
Wow.
Thanksgiving
like,
It's
anymore.
okay, Dad. We
I
love
know,
Thanksgiving.
I'm a purist, dude.
Oh my.
I'm like, come on.
Okay, so I already shared the fact that Jingle Bells was originally Thanksgiving Day song.
That's
okay?
right. And then somebody messed that up somewhere along the line. 'Cause they couldn't wait for Thanksgiving.
Okay. Anyway, switching gears. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So Snoopy has made the most balloon appearances of it, like
Oh,
out
Snoop
of
Dogg.
any Thanksgiving Day parade. He's been the consistent
Snoop
theme
Dogg.
throughout the whole
He's like
thing.
number one.
How long has Snoopy been out though?
I don't know, but I'm just going to say Snoopy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Snoopy's
Like,
been around for like
I
a long
like the
time.
what is that called? Charlie Brown.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
it's
know.
from,
I don't
right?
watch this. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this: do you know this fact? I'm gonna test you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna test your research here.
We'll edit it out and act like I do if I don't.
What year did the Macy Day Thanksgiving Day Parade? What was the first year?
1942.
When was it established?
I read this and I don't know.
Really?
I don't know either.
1942.
Google it.
See.
Actually, it would be after the war, so probably like 1949.
Oh, no.
1924.
Get out.
Before
I was
the
close.
war.
Oh my. Hey. Oh no,
Yes.
wait. It's not 2024. It's 2023. So one more year to be the 100 year.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying 24.
So
really?
Yeah,
They're-
next year
they're
will be the
gonna go
100
big.
year of the Macy's parade.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe it'll be super
Maybe.
fancy.
So you guys, have you heard of like presidents pardoning turkeys
Turkeys.
before? Right. Well, get this. President Calvin Coolidge. Okay, this was 1926.
Oh, Calvin.
Is that the day I just said the parade started?
No.
Oh, no, the
No,
24.
24.
Okay. So 1926, he was gifted a live raccoon that was intended to be his Thanksgiving dinner.
Nice.
Pardon that sucker. He was like, I am not eating that guy. I was like, a raccoon?
Yeah.
I
Raccoon's
never.
good. No, it is really.
You've eaten a
If you
raccoon?
cook, yeah, I have. If you eat it right, I mean, if you cook it right,
I don't know about
eat
no
it right,
raccoon.
I
If
don't
you
know the right way.
Now,
to
give me
cook
some
it.
squirrel, but I don't know about no raccoon.
Yeah, raccoon's good.
I've
Squirrel's
never
a little
wanted to
greasy.
eat a raccoon.
Just a little greasy.
What if raccoon becomes like the new Thanksgiving
That's
centerpiece?
right.
Like we have a raccoon sitting right there.
Look,
bro.
No,
here's the thing.
no.
Maybe he started the trend of like raccoons are out for Thanksgiving. So thank you to him.
Maybe he started the
because-
turkey. You know.
Maybe
I'm
1926.
pretty sure
that, was a
that
long
when
time
they
ago.
started Thanksgiving, celebrate Thanksgiving, like turkeys were in there somewhere because there was just wild birds in the forest.
in there
and stuff.
somewhere, but I could be wrong. But historians say because they were there at that time.
Yeah.
So you know.
Give me some
Historians.
names. Give me some names.
Yeah,
Historians.
you
Like,
start,
But look,
you start saying
Give me
these
some-
facts.
give
You
me
got
some
to back it up
names.
with more facts, okay?
So actually, the first Thanksgiving Day like meal was a 3-day celebration. It was a festival.
right,
Mm-hmm.
Roger.
5 women were there. Where were we? Why didn't we get to eat the good turkey, man?
There was no turkey.
There wasn't
Oh,
turkey.
there
It was
wasn't turkey.
raccoon.
Yeah.
Oh
We had
no!
ham. That's why.
But I'm like 3-day festival. That's amazing.
know, because it
No,
meant
Here
something
we go.
back
I
then.
shouldn't have started this.
It meant something back then. I should have been a Quaker. I just have.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
You
last
couldn't
one.
do it.
I want everyone to guess how many turkeys annually do you think are eaten for Thanksgiving Day?
Like global? No, because it's just
No,
America.
it's just
Yeah.
America.
Just America. So
25 million.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
I'll say let's say 40 million.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for. You said 25 and you said 40, so I'm gonna go like slide in the middle. Say like 32 million.
What you got? Come on.
48 million.
Oh.
48 million turkeys every year. How do they keep up?
Because they
How
raise
are
They
them.
raise them. They have more turkeys.
Oh. Forgot about that.
They're not out there
I'm thinking
hunting
wild
40
turkeys.
million. They're not hunting 40
They're not
million
hunting them,
turkeys.
baby.
I'm literally
They're
thinking
growing them.
they're just out here like, let's kill 48 million this year. Like, did you see the video that our State of Mall campus did for their youth for their Thanksgiving? And Nathan edited like this peaceful montage of like a turkey coming up the hill, and then like
And
suddenly it
shoots
shoots
it.
the turkey,
Whack
and then
it,
they're like
bro.
you're cutting it up on the
Gosh.
with the
I
like the
love
most
it.
peaceful,
I love it.
dramatic music in the background. Like
I
it
love
was
it. I
amazing.
love it.
I hope,
was so
I hope there's
good.
no vegans watching this.
Yeah, sorry.
We're gonna
guys.
hate
They're missing
us.
out.
No,
We're gonna hate us.
we were giving creation to master.
That's it. That's it.
So we mastered that turkey.
Meat and potatoes and green beans.
That's it. All right. So, what would you say? You know, not everybody has a good year or has a whole lot to be thankful for. What would you say to somebody who's going to be watching this? What would you say to somebody who doesn't have a whole lot to be thankful for? They may not have a family, you know, to have a Thanksgiving dinner with like this. What would you say to them for them to find ways to be grateful, to find ways to be thankful? Like how do they find the good out of the bad?
Yeah, that can be tough. And I think holidays bring a lot of that to the surface, you know, because, you know, if you look at advertisements and everything, everybody's happy,
Yeah.
you know, all that. And so it's kind of like it's in their face, you know, if they're dealing with loss or they're just going through a very tough season, it's just kind of always in their face that it should be a different way. And so I think with that said, I would say, you know, that you got to look past the surface, that they're not the only ones kind of going through a tough season. You know, don't believe the hype, you know, that it looks picture perfect. We're in a society that, you know, kind of lives in a little bit of fantasy land because they're believing what they
Yeah.
see on a screen, you know, and families, there's dysfunctional families all around them,
Right.
and they just don't see it. You know, so one, don't believe the hype, you know, kind of figure out where you are, you know, but look around. It's kind of like I talked about that message of joy, you know, what can you look around and go, this is good. Even if it's just one thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be everything. Like, it wasn't always everything in our life. You know, we're sitting around here right now going, man, it just like every aspect of my life just seems to be good right now. But it wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
and even in that, it's not like everything's perfect too.
No,
You know,
no, everything's
always things will
perfect.
arise.
But
you
it's
know?
because I choose to take an outlook, and I've had to learn to take an outlook of positive.
Right.
You know, to go, what is positive? There's always going to be negative things, and yes, there are negative things in our life right now. But we've learned through the years to look outside of that. Like, they'll always be there, but they're not going to drive me. They're not going to be who I am.
Right.
And there's just a moment where you just got to kind of shake yourself out of it, and you got to go, what is good in my life? You know. And, you know, hey, if you don't have people to be around and stuff like that, I mean, I know it sounds cliche for me to say it, but I think, find a faith family. Find some people that you can be around, because, I mean, we were at a C group the other night, and I was hearing them talk about how, you know, hey, we're going to have this, you know, Thanksgiving dinner. Hey, we're going to have this thing, you know, and people were starting to get together, and, you know, and even for Christmas, going into Christmas, you know, starting to get together. And so you can find a community.
Yeah.
You just have to get out of, you know, I'm all by myself.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this in a derogative sense, but, you know, sometimes we're all by ourselves because we choose to be by ourselves.
Right.
And so, you know, you have to kind of go, wait, there is a place for me, you know, and I don't have to be alone,
Right.
Right.
you know. And so, you know, look at the reality of your situation, but also look at the reality of you know, your reality may look bleak, but the other reality is there is something, if it's not just one thing, that is good that you can be thankful for. And I think if you just start with that and you go, man, I'm just thankful that, you know, we were okay, we made it, you know, or I'm just thankful I'm alive,
Right.
you know. You know, and then you start. What happens is then you start being able to identify. Wait a minute, I'm also thankful for. Wait.
Yeah,
I'm also
things
thankful
matter.
for.
Yeah.
You know, and then small things become big things as far as what's good and, you know, what's good in your life. So
Yeah.
I mean, that would be something that I would say. Maybe.
Yeah.
What would you?
I would say, you know, also, you know, like finding your joy. I mean, even though the situation may look bad, there's not just joy or happiness or good things in the stuff that you're seeing, that you've experienced, but like find a way to create your joy, I guess, maybe,
Yeah.
if that sounds right. Because, okay, yeah, you may not have a family to celebrate, but it doesn't mean you have to sit home and be, oh man. Make yourself, get yourself one of those Walmart chickens and
Yeah,
make a box
buddy.
of mac and
They're
cheese.
shaming
Best
our
$5
game.
you ever spend.
They're the best $5 ever, man.
Not sponsored.
You know,
Walmart, you should sponsor us.
So make
Sponsor
yourself a
next
dinner
time.
that makes you feel like, oh, this is fancy tonight because it's Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? It could be box
Yeah.
mac and cheese and a $5 pre-roasted chicken from, you know, I was going to say Burger King, but that didn't come from Burger King. It came
No,
from
that
Walmart.
I don't know how good that would
But
taste, anyways.
that would be very good.
Burger King starts doing
I'm out, y'all.
doing.
Will that be your last
whole
straw
chicken.
Thanksgiving?
Huh?
Will that be your last
No,
straw
he
Thanksgiving?
likes
No,
Thanksgiving.
absolutely, because I can have options. I can do other things.
Yeah.
But Burger King comes out with Thanksgiving turkeys and Christmas turkeys, like that's a whole new level.
Bro.
Like they're about to go
Didn't
bankrupt.
Popeyes start giving out turkeys one year or whole chickens?
Who
one year?
Somebody did.
I think it was Popeyes.
I think Popeyes.
Yes, I
Just
think
give it
somebody
out.
did.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were giving it
at least
out.
in chicken.
I'm not giving it out, but yeah, they're
But-
still like
Yeah.
it was whole.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Well,
I
I think-
would. I would
I
say.
think-
I would say finding your joy, finding your way to create that joy or that moment of happiness for you. If it is, you know,
Yeah.
doing that meal or dressing up nice and eating, you know,
Or I
a box
think-
of cereal or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
Whatever.
think too is you don't have to meet other people's image.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You know,
Sure.
like you're you know, and I'm grateful that we never had like the traditional like kind of Thanksgiving thing, you know, but you know, it didn't look like everybody else's, and so you know, I don't feel like I have to. It has to look this way, you know, it has to be set up this way. I just like being around my family, or like hanging out. That's why I think I like Thanksgiving so much, is it is more peaceful, it is more laid back. You can enjoy being around, and those are the things that matter to me. Family and food. I'm just saying like, but you are able to, you don't have all of the pressure of the other stuff or, anything. And, and I think you just don't need to buy into, well, they look like this, so I have to look like this,
Right.
Yeah.
Your Thanksgiving may look different. Your Christmas may look different. It's just you have to be okay with who you are and where you are.
Right.
We've gone through tough seasons during holidays,
Right.
and they were just tough. I mean, they were just tough. But it wasn't the last Thanksgiving.
Right.
It wasn't the last supper. It was, we're going to get through this. This one just stinks.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But also too, Thanksgiving is not the only time of the year that we should be thankful.
Right.
So if you have a
Right.
bad Thanksgiving week or
Right.
season, holiday,
Right.
like it doesn't have to dictate,
Right.
okay, well I can't be thankful. You know what I mean? Like you can be thankful all year long.
Yeah.
Thankful
Yeah.
for the little stuff God's doing in your life. It may be little stuff to you, but it's
It all matters.
It's everything good comes from God. So
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
here's the thing: if the only time we are thankful is Thanksgiving, we've missed the picture
Yeah.
anyway.
And look,
we shouldn't be thankful.
are you really
just this
thankful,
one
or are you
day
just
th-
going
this
through
one
the
week.
tradition?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this should be an amplification of everything that you've been grateful
Yeah.
for throughout the year. But I think similarly to what y'all were saying is like you said, the holidays can arise, certain feelings, certain emotions, certain
Memories.
losses, whatever.
Yeah.
But you usually know that that's going to happen. And so, you usually know, okay, around the holidays, I usually am not super thankful. I'm usually not super happy. I'm usually not. And so I think it would be important, to kind of go ahead of that, because if you know that you're going to start feeling all of the emotions, all of the feelings, somewhere in that, the enemy can begin to speak things that aren't true. He can begin to amplify isolation or amplify the feelings that are true that are already there,
Right.
but he can heighten those. And so just to go ahead of the holiday season and just begin to speak life over it, like, I am thankful for this. I am thankful for this. I'm grateful that I'm able to be here. I'm grateful I have a house, just whatever it is. But just to speak life over it before it happens.
Yeah.
Kind of counteract it the best that you can.
Right.
Instead of just going in knowing okay, every holiday season, this is how I always feel. Well, it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
And you don't have to take on the identity of the loss or the identity of whatever it is that the holidays
And I was
bring.
going to say too, I see a lot of people, have seen a lot of people, if there's a loss that's within the proximity of a holiday, that holiday will always be stigmatized by that loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's no longer kind of a joyful holiday. It's now a mournful time because they've cemented that loss to that holiday, and it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
That loss was a loss for that year.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to memorialize, or mourn the loss every, and I mean that sympathetically.
Right.
We don't have to mourn that loss every time that holiday comes back around.
And it doesn't
know.
mean that you're forgetting or
No,
that,
no.
I feel like a lot of people can replay those things every single time
Yeah.
it comes up because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to
just a
forget or,
cycle,
Yeah,
whatever.
you feel
And-
guilty because
Right.
that's going on.
'Cause you're
But-
moving
but,
on,
But it
right.
happens a lot during holidays. And, we try to, as a church, we try to be sympathetic that people are going through things, that, are connected to the holidays. Their holidays don't look like our holidays, but we try to bring in, a different thought, to think above it, to get out of it, not stay there. So, those are things that can obviously drain life out of what should be a good time to be together. And so you just have to, I think it's a choice. I think you have to choose, what is my holiday going to look like? This year, my holiday is going to look like this.
Yeah. Declare
It's
it.
going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Well, I think too, it's kind of like what Allison was saying earlier, if okay, I'm always depressed, I'm always this, I'm always that during the holiday, and it's a negative emotion or feeling, and you're speaking that to yourself going into the holiday, then it's going to be
Right,
that
it's gonna
because
be
you're
whatever,
basically
yeah.
speaking over your life that this is how it's going to
Yeah.
be instead of speaking like you
Yeah.
were saying, no, it's not going to be that way. It's going to be this way.
Right.
You know, I am going to be happy this holiday. I'm not going to be depressed. I'm not going to be sad. I'm going to be excited to be thankful and whatever, and speak the things that are good instead of the things that are negative.
Yeah.
You kind of begin to not only change your thinking, but then you kind of change like, you know, you're not speaking curse over yourself.
Yeah.
You're speaking
Right.
life
Yeah.
over yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stinking thinking.
Stinking
thinking.
No stinking thinking.
No
around
stinking
here.
thinking.
No, not
No.
during the holidays.
No, that's really encouraging. On a lighter note, let's talk about with Thanksgiving there's pies. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
what's your favorite pie?
None.
No pies, really?
No pies.
Okay, you can't come to my Thanksgiving.
Okay,
No,
so
not
my favorite, I have
pie.
two.
Two.
Can it be two? It can't be just one.
Sure,
right?
I mean,
Can't bet
who
I think that's
cares?
the
It's Thanksgiving. That's the joy of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, gluttony, right?
You can
Right.
eat
So-
however much you want.
right.
There's
No one
usually
cares.
like 6 pies, so
I
I
you
know,
Right.
can have
right?
two.
I'm gonna
Right.
say the apple and the
Oh.
pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the pecan.
Dude, see,
You,
no,
the
no, no,
pecan's
no, no,
yours,
no,
right?
no, no, no.
But she's allergic to
But
pecans.
pecan's gonna kill me
She's
if I eat
allergic
it.
to pecans.
She will
so I
literally
won't kill
not
you, but you
make
wish
it,
you
you
would.
know.
No, we're putting out my pecan now.
Well, you see, that's where y'all can kind of like team
Yeah.
up.
Because
the only
I'm
pie you
like
eat.
I'm like that too. Like I'm like a 2-pie person. One is always going to be pumpkin pie. Now a good
Oh, yeah.
firm one. It has to be a firm
Okay.
pie. It can't
No
be
soggy
like loose.
pie.
No, it can't be
No,
loose.
no juicy pie.
You know, so it's gonna and then and I say pecan pie reservedly.
Mm-hmm.
I say it reservedly because I mean I'm talking about my mom's.
I was gonna ask. This pie is the
My
best.
mom's,
coming.
my mom's pecan pie.
It's good, I will say.
That,
It's-
like, I mean, I can eat other people's, and and
I've
and
seen some
and
rough-looking
I've seen
pecan
some good.
pies.
I've seen some good ones, but when I want a pecan pie, I want a Margaret Crawford pecan
So,
pie.
so somebody
Established.
else got to learn how to make Mama's pie.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm
Because
out
I
on that.
can't, So
Oh, you can't? Oh, yeah, you're allergic.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she probably could, but she
You can
won't.
touch them.
Get you a hazmat
Okay, did we
suit.
remember what
Well,
happened
we
whenever we
won't.
fixed the tree?
She won't.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah.
smoke. That's right.
All right, cool. Well, that wraps up tonight. Thank you guys for coming out and having dinner with
Yeah,
us. And
it was
just kinda-
great. It's awesome.
Yes.
It
I'm
was really,
excited.
really encouraging, just to hear what everybody's thankful for,
Right.
and some ways to find ways to be thankful.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
encouraging.
Yeah,
But
it's
again,
important.
thank you guys for coming out, and
Yeah.
we're excited for 2024.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Coming out and
Thanksgiving.
thankful